It's no secret that business development is one of the fastest ways for startups and tech companies to grow. And it's one of the main reasons why companies like Uber and Dropbox and Spotify and Birchbox have been able to grow so rapidly. They've had a killer biz dev team that knew how to plan and execute a bulletproof business development strategy. Now, you might be here today because you're already involved in a startup and are looking for ways to accelerate your growth, or maybe because startup to business development is one of the most desirable jobs available and you want to get the training you need to actually learn how to do it. Maybe you just never had a seasoned biz dev mentor to show you how to become the business development force you know that you're capable of becoming with the right guidance. Or some of you out there might have a business development team and you want to purchase the absolute best training available for them so they can take their game to the next level. Whatever it is, I'm excited to have you here today because before this course, there was no other way to learn the ways of some of the best business development people out there without going to work for them, which is incredibly hard to pull off in itself and can take years. And once you have this unique set of skills, you not only have the ability to skyrocket whatever company you're with, you also become a hot commodity for any of the other companies that you might want to work for. So I've gone through the thousands of hours of learning this stuff on the job, so you don't have to. And once you have this information, you can unlock your true potential in a fraction of the time. You'll know exactly how to attack any situation and have the peace of mind that you're approaching your biz dev efforts in the most effective way possible, instead of just hoping that you're doing things right, which is how I felt until I finally had somebody show me the way. And once you have these skills and mindset, the opportunities available to you are endless. Here's what I've been able to accomplish by using the exact strategies I'm going to give you in this class. I did over 300 business development deals at Single Platform, my last company, which helped us sell for $100 million. My work also helped me get recognized as one of the top rising stars in the New York tech scene. I've been compensated hundreds of dollars an hour for my time to give advice to startups and business development, and even receive job offers from startups left and right to go help them take their biz dev to the next level. All of these results that I'm talking about right now are things that came from the exact strategies that I'm going to give you in this course. And trust me, if I can do this, anybody can. Before getting started in business development just a few years ago, I had no startup background, no entrepreneurship background for that matter, had no technical skills, and I'm just a regular guy who hustled and worked hard. I'm no genius. But by using proven techniques that work, I was able to get these results for myself, and you can too. So let's talk a little bit more about the course specifically. Okay, so part one is all about the high-level concepts you're going to need to know to be successful. Things like what biz dev really means at the core, and what some of the common types of business development relationships you'll see, which is critical foundation to have when you're developing your biz dev strategy throughout your career. We're also going to cover what I call the 5 mindsets you'll need to have to wire yourself for success. I also call these the offensive mindsets, and these span everything from how to overcome the fear of rejection to understanding the key psychological principles that will result in more people doing things for you. Part 2 is about crafting your biz dev strategy. This covers everything from understanding whether biz dev is right for your company at this moment, to how to choose the best business development strategy for you, to specific strategies you can use to target the initial partners and craft the ideal approach so they're receptive. Part 3 continues with this theme of approaching people you want to do a deal with. And this is one of the juiciest modules of this course and covers everything you need to know in the approach and outreach process. You'll start out by learning how to build a monster hit list. From here, we'll talk about ways to find key decision makers, even at companies with thousands of people, so you know that you're connecting with the right person about your biz dev initiative. After this, we'll go into what I call cold email virtuoso training. You'll learn everything from how to find email addresses to different templates that you can use that will always get people to respond. We'll even go over how to consistently convert these initial email interactions into meetings. You'll also learn some basics of cold calling and how to use the proper mix of email, cold calling, and social media to land those initial meetings, even when partners are initially unreceptive. You're going to get tons of word-for-word scripts in part 3, and I think the content here alone is worth the whole course, because being able to start a dialogue with anyone in the world that you don't know and eventually convince them to have a meeting with you is an absolute superpower. In part 4, you'll learn everything you need to know about pitching. We'll cover key things that often cost people deals and contribute to companies failing, such as how to properly position your startup. You'll also learn the blueprint for building an amazing deck complete with every single slide you need to have, as well as a specific example for you to work from. You'll learn exactly how to execute the pitch in a way that leaves partners asking, "Where do I sign?" and how to pitch a feature or product that hasn't been built yet, which I call pre-sales. Understanding pre-selling and how to do it is another one of these skills I consider a superpower, because you can really validate whether somebody actually wants the product or feature you're thinking of building before you spend a whole lot of time on it. Part 5 covers all the components of the deal funnel after your initial pitch. You'll learn the ins and outs of everything from how to shepherd deals to the finish line and keep the communication lines open, to specific ways you can strengthen relationships and get buy-in from key decision makers. We'll also cover some specific closing tactics you can use to seal the deal. Last but not least, part 6 covers best practices for how to implement relationships between two companies once a deal has been inked. This is super important because with a contract without actual implementation doesn't really mean much. So in this part, we're going to cover key things you can do to make sure this doesn't happen, as well as strategies for managing partners and expanding relationships with them. You'll also learn ways to optimize the generation and management of inbound business development opportunities, so eventually you can stop using all of the cold calling and cold emailing techniques that I'll teach you earlier in the course. So this should give you an idea of all the main things you're going to learn in this course. There's a whole lot of things I didn't outline specifically because I know if you're watching this, you're probably a super productive person who values their time and can't be watching videos all day. With the strategies in this course, you'll have everything you need to take your game to the next level. And all it takes is just winning one additional deal or consulting gig to make your money back. But I have confidence that you're going to do much more than that with these strategies. After all, you're getting the playbook behind hundreds of deals that resulted in a $100 million exit. The most valuable thing you get with this course is the tools to unlock the massive upside available to you with the right business development mindset and strategies. Okay, so now it's time to take action. It's time to invest in yourself and reap the benefits. Again, you're going to get 6 awesome modules which make up over 9.5 hours of the best business development training available. You have lifetime access to all of this content and can consume it whenever, wherever you want. So to get started and join us and begin investing in yourself and future success, just click Take This Course on the right-hand side. I hope to see you on the inside.